This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in the ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. Wanna run to the bed until we all got them baguettes.
It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between our visitors and the Kansas City Chiefs. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This fielded at the 2. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. And a give this time to the tailback. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 38-yard line.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And the Chargers 1st down.
Set, ready, 8, read. Set. I got it. Go.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Like a freight train there, Derek Nottie with a sack. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Give him 9 there. They still need 6 more now on 3rd down.
A 9-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
At their own 25-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
57's the mic. 57's the mic.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Completes it to Hardman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey, but it'll be 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
57's the mic. 57's the mic. 57. Hey, we heavy on the edges. Heavy.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
bashed it.
Super toe.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Eason. Hunter Henry brings it in. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Gordon. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
Hey, Delta. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Operating from the gun, Eason. He's got his man. It's Williams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on third and medium to pick up the first.
Los Angeles.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. From the gun, Eason. And it's caught. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll take us to the end of the first quarter. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play. Throwing quickly, Mahomes gets this out to Watkins. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Yellow, come on, Eddie. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
On 2nd and 7, Mahomes got his man complete over the middle. That's Logan. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 35.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and this is what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Ready.
The Charger drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Looking to throw on second down. Eason under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Switch. 5. 2.
Throwing on third and long. Eason. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
From the 36, Mahomes. They're going deep for Hill. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Chiefs are once again going to retake the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
somewhere
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
64, weak.
A gain of 12. First down, Chargers.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
We got this.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join, who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 29-yard line.
A 28-yard gain. And the Chargers first down.
Here we go, here we go. 60 or. Let's go, defense.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
53. I got you. 53, come on.
2nd and 6. And this is complete. It's Allen. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched.
And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Melvin Gordon, as the first half is winding down, as his guys are able to regain the lead. So they're able to capture the lead here just before halftime.
And not only that, they get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
This is almost like basketball down the stretch, right, where you get the 2-for-1 situation where you try and get 2 shots to your opponent's 1. In this situation, they got the touchdown. They'll get another shot at to start the second half.
Could be a big turnaround. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They toss it to Thompson. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. The corner, Ronald Darby, comes up to get him.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. It'll go as a gain of 10 on a Kansas City first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Mahomes firing complete. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes, and down inside the 15, shy of the 10. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They go with Thompson again, hammering for the goal line. He loses the football and picked up by the Chargers. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball.
There goes Melvin Gordon. 30, past the 20, and all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 20 on the year. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Mahomes. That one complete to Hill. And he's taken down all the way inside the LA 10. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 68 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To throw, it's Mahomes. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Joey Bosa, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Hey, 57, 57. 57.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Flush to his right, to the goal line, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Butker's kick here is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Gordon. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know. Well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Off the play fake. Eason. Rush coming, and he's taken down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They run it here with Gordon. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
44, Mike, 44. Come on, D.
Operating from the gun. Eason. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead. You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
In his own end zone, it's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down. So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. Here's Mahomes to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. And, Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
A very important extra point there, up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. This fielded at the 2. He'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
At the 29-yard line.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And the penalty makes this a much more manageable 3rd down, 3rd and 2.
I can't believe they let you play.
He may try and run for this. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down.
1st down, Chargers.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. This is Gordon. Dorian O'Daniel, 3rd-round pick in 2018, made the tackle. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's a 2nd and 7. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, Callahan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. So here comes a very important kick now for Michael Badgley. This for the lead in the final stages. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth. What a tough spot to miss a kick. Just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range, gave them a chance to take the lead. They come up empty, and now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, run through the post, and this thing could be over. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Mahomes now to throw. Complete, the tight end Kelce. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 23. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And again, it's Mahomes. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They face a 2nd down, but they are in field goal range. Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure, and if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. He is going to find Hill here. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. On the carry, Thompson. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They come out here in the I. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be well short of a first down as he stopped again right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And Butker able to put this one through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
The Charger drive about to get going. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking two plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. They were trying to go back to Allen there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you